Chesterfield, Missouri, 2 hours from Columbia, only 10 minutes, but a world away from Kirkwood High School and his troubled childhood. Now, in the same neighborhood as St. Louis Rams wide receiver Torrey Holt, it's Maclin's teenage home, a weekend oasis from football. Sort of. Jeff and Cindy Parise became Maclin's surrogate parents when he was about 14. Since January, the boy they coached in Little League has been facing a lifetime's worth of changes in a few months.
He's entering the real world, and we'll be there to support him and help him and do whatever we can, but it's just like any child that goes away.
When he does come home, there's the financial planning, community demands, and the talks about what to do when the fame and the money hit home.
It worries Cindy and I a lot, what happens to a young man when you put a lot of money in his pocket and a lot of freedom that he's never had. I don't really know, as a father figure, what we can do about that. I just hope that we've instilled in him the morals and values that guide him in the right direction.
It goes back to what can they do besides tell me all the things that parents are supposed to tell you.
Home for Maclin means trying to be normal until he shows up on ESPN on the family television from his shoot earlier in the week.
I can see in Jeremy now that, he starts to be inconvenienced by being a celebrity. Lately, he's become much more of a introvert when he's here.
If I was good at football, if I wasn't good at football, if I was 38, if I was 21, it don't matter. That's the kind of personality I have. I don't need to go out in the spotlight and soak up all the attention.
With his parents, Maclin tries to catch up on rest, have a family meal,
Look at that.
catch a Mizzou basketball game,
Come here.
play with Mamie
Come here.
and Ike,
All right. See how it is.
and hang out with friends, like a group of Yale football players visiting for their spring break.
I've definitely seen absolutely no changes in him. If anything, it's been more of a focus, more of making sure that everything he does is making his life move forward.
Maclin's room is on the second floor, but he lives downstairs.
We pretty much refer to it as the best basement in America.
It's kind of the shrine, oh Jeremy.
Ping pong, pool, video games, a full kitchen, a 100-inch projection screen, and memorabilia everywhere.
I guess one day he'll want to put it in his house if he can pry it out of our hands. One year we had so much stuff we could barely get the second year in, so maybe him going into the NFL was a good thing. We ran out of room.
The scene there, not much different from his Columbia apartment. Maclin plays a lot of Xbox 360 and NCAA 2009, a college football game in which Maclin plays himself.
Pretty much every time I come in the house, he's sitting there in his underwear playing that game. So, he's just been chilling at the house and just the same old guy he was.
There's lots of texting, Facebooking, football season reminiscing, scanning blogs and websites for stories about themselves.
Little Roderick Thomas did not practice.
We even cook a little bit, or try to anyway, so we just like to have fun. That's pretty much all we do.
We definitely joke around.
Especially about the luxury SUV Range Rover Maclin wants to buy to supplement his 2007 Nissan Altima.
I told him he better not bring that Range Rover around here, man. I'll have to get out there and stab them tires.
They say Maclin hasn't changed much, still does the chores, watches American Idol, and is the same person Weatherspoon remembers coming out of high school.
Even though you might be a top 10 guy, man, you just can't go out there and just act like, you own the world. You still got to, it's a lot of rules in this world, and you still have to abide by them no matter what kind of celebrity you might be to other people.
His room, messy from a busy schedule, still stuffed with pictures of friends, family, and football. Kirkwood, St. Louis, Columbia, Faurot Field, all home. And while the sun sets on them and a new home waits on the horizon, where he's come from has been foremost on his mind.
That's something I think about every day. I'll never forget where I come from, no matter how big the success may get, no matter how big the environment or the atmosphere may get. That's one thing that kind of keeps me level-headed and keeps me grounded. I know how hard it is. I know how much hard work it takes. So it's not going to surprise me when all this hits. That's all I'm saying.